Did you help SR with any of the communication process between Tosca and Passionflix, like when he was trying to help out with scripts and characters and stuff like that? Did you help out with the communication process?
Yeah, I mean, as much as I can, excuse me, help out. I got to see all the casting stuff, which was super fun. Listen, I fully admit the fact that I have a really cool, job, I guess. It's not really a job anymore.
Yeah.
With SR, it's like it's a cool, I don't know, friendship and whatever. So, I mean, I get to see stuff and I get to read stuff, and it's I fully acknowledge the luck that I have in this whole thing. Got to see them early. Like that was real. I got to go to the set. That was really cool. And it's a great place to be. As far, and it's just, again, it's such a big series. It's meant so much to so many people around the world. Like that's a lot, so it's interesting, but again, like to see the care that Tosca and her team put into it is just incredible.
Yeah,
it is.
That's so cool that you get to do that.
It is. I admit
so jealous.
It's a perk.
Yeah. Well, and like Brittany and I have talked about it, like we understand, but we like, it sucks at the same time. Like we understand, like he is amazing for being not anonymous, but just being like not upfront about like what he looks like, where he lives, like all that kind of stuff. Like we respect the crap out of that because a lot of people don't do that. And but it also sucks because it's like we want to be able to just like shake his hand and just be like, thank you for everything that you do and stuff like that. So
and I think this is like, God, it's like 11 years now. And I think that the biggest thing is it's just, I have no idea who SR is. And, I think that's in today's day and age where everybody's trying to monopolize and like be right in front all the time. Like I really take, I kind of love the fact that hasn't changed SR at all. Right. Like that has remained a through line since the beginning. It's like, it's the books. Focus on the books.
Yeah.
The message in the books, like the message of redemption, the message of be kind. Like that's where the focus should be. So, I mean, there's always people write letters all the time. I get letters because I get them. I get letters all the time, 4, 5, 6 pages where they're just professing how much, the books have meant to them. And I send them to SR and like, there's always a response. Which I think a lot of people don't realize. So if they have something, they definitely email or send a letter.
Yeah. I know that we've done that before. I sometimes Brittany and I, we get anxiety of like messaging people. So like Allie or you or SR or whatever, we're like, we don't want to bother them, but y'all are always just so nice and so kind about it. We're like, okay, cool. So we'll keep messaging you. But because
that's funny though.
We're afraid that y'all are so busy. So we're like, oh, we don't want to bother them, but
and I could certainly appreciate that. By the same token, it's like if it weren't for like, and I can't speak to SR, I can't speak for Allie, I can only speak for myself, but like, if people didn't write to you to tell you that they liked the books or that they liked, the films or whatever, like you wouldn't know.
Right.
Yeah.
So keep writing.
They blow up the messages because they love
blow them up.
Maybe not messages because SR like looks at them and it's like
he's like, wait.
Email's great.
Yeah, email is good for him. Yeah.
Yes. Let's see. What could we do as fans to help Passionflix option Hope Lake? Because we watch it really badly.
No, and that's very sweet, and that's certainly appreciated. If y'all could hook up with my mother and talk to her, because she's like, who do I have to write a letter to? I'm like,
give me her email or her address. We will write.
No, I mean, listen, I love the idea. For all like 5 people that think it would be great. But it's not like, you look
at not just 5.
It's not 5.
It's my mom, it's my kid. No, I'm kidding. It's not, like they have to make, and this, the pragmatic side of it, me doing, the publicity side of things for so many years, like you have to do the properties that are going to make sense.
Yeah.
So that's what, like they need the big juggernauts. They need that kind of stuff. And this, for as much as I would love it for them to do something in a small town or like a series, like it doesn't, Jesus, no. I mean, listen, I'm not going to say no, but
you never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
It would, again, I'd never say no, but it like, I would love to see more, like you had said earlier, Brittany, like, representative of like more of, like a plus size or a regular size. I would love to see more, interracial. I would love to see more, Black characters. I would love to see that before anything else. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a ton of really amazing books out there that I know are on their radar because Lauren and Allie and Tosca are just rabid readers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, obviously that's, they know what's going on. So I would love to see that, especially by women of color, like seeing authors, authors of color, like seeing that out there.
Yeah.
But again, I'd certainly never say no. I'm not an idiot. But although I guess it depends on who you ask. But yeah. But I mean, and Haley, it'll depend on your availability on when you can go film it. So
exactly.
I'm available. I'll drop everything and just. I don't need to do the analysis. It's fine. I'll just quit for a year and be all right.
You go act and I'll run the social media part, and I'll just be like video, everything.
You've got it down pat. I love it.
Brittany's my agent. You got to talk to her.
I am.
I love it.
We're a package deal. I must.
We are. Well, and I was telling, we were telling Allie too, because I'm hoping like when COVID, maybe gets like lightened up a little to where they can let some like founding members and stuff visit sets again. I told Brittany or told Allie that if you want one of us there, it can't just be one. It has to be both. Like it can't be one person.
Well, where are you at, Haley?
I'm in Dallas, Texas.
And then Brittany, where are you?
I'm in a small town in Oregon.
Oh, okay. Oh, geez.
Yeah, we're like.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's right. It's probably equidistant, LA, right? Is it about the same distance flight wise?
I'm probably a little bit closer to LA.
Yeah, but not by much though.
No.
Like it's not that bad, but
it's doable.
It is. So
I think it's. You have Passion Con, right? You're both doing Passion Con?
Yes, we are going. Yes, ma'am.
It's gonna be crazy.
I'll see it on the TikTok. So that's what
Oh, well, and that's what we warn people is like, you think we're funny like this now and like doing TikToks and stuff. I was like, wait till we're in person because it's way worse.
No, worse or is it better? We'll go with better.
We'll go better. Yeah.
I don't know. Because when we met each other for the first time, like in person, we knew it was going to be like nutso, but we were bad.
That's all right.
It was good though. It was fun.
It was good.
Experience. Okay. And then we got just like some other questions too. Let's see. Oh, yeah. How, because of you got diagnosed with COVID and everything, I mean, you are still healing from it and everything, but has it like, I know besides the fatigue and everything, but has it really like affected like you being a teacher, a mom, day-to-day tasks, anything like that?
No. I mean, like tired is really, that's for the most part it. I mean,
yeah.
But I got lucky. I mean, Jesus, I was literally one of the lucky ones. So, just wear a damn mask. I don't know why it's such a goddamn issue. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I don't get it.
I don't understand.
I don't know.
People here, it's like the mask is like down here and like what, why?
Yeah. Well, and now my kid's to the point where he's like, it goes over your nose.
Yeah.
He'll walk by somebody, it goes over your nose. I'm like, Do it. I don't care.
Yep. I just don't, the ones that get me are, it's my body, it's my choice. I'm like, we are preventing the spread. And to do that, you have to have it covered. It's like,
it's just like, oh dear God, I don't know. Well, and there was a meme not that long ago, and it was about like how the people of London and I'm gonna butcher this, and I apologize in advance. But they were saying like how they, like the community said, turn your lights off, because when the Germans were coming over and they were trying to bomb, they were looking for lights. And imagine like, okay, so the lights are replaced with masks, right? And they're saying like, well, you just put your mask on because you're protecting your neighbor. You don't turn your light on, you're protecting your neighbor. So it's like, well, what the hell is the difference? So what if some jackass decided, well, it's my right, it's my house, and they're going to turn the light on, and then the whole fucking town gets bombed. It's like,
yep.
What is the difference? It's just, don't, oh my God, I'm sorry. It like just comes off the rails, but it's like, don't
do it.
Just put the damn thing on. And if it comes off where it's like, well, a year later we find out, well, the masks didn't do that much. Did it kill you?
Did it kill you to just put it on when you're in public? No.
Just put it on.
Like the quicker it's going to be over is if you just do it. It'll be over.
That's it. I saw a tweet today from a guy in Western Australia, and it's like a post-COVID party because they locked shit down.
They did.
Nobody went down. And I'm looking at it, and it looks like goddamn Lollapalooza, and I'm like, oh, we could have had this, but no, we're assholes.
No. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm like, okay,
it's just so annoying.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Anyway, now that the train is completely gone off the rails. Sorry.
We knew it was a touchy subject, but we loved your response to it because we feel the same way. We're just like, just do it.
Just wear a damn mask.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of God, that's all that's holy. Just put the thing on.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
Oh, let's see. Okay, so what was your first romance novel that you read? That's a fan question.
Like, let me reminisce for a second.
You're talking not like I would have to think about that. I don't know. I know it was like a Harlequin, and it was like a 1988 Harlequin because I was just like 10, 11-ish. And I feel like there was a fireman in it.
Ooh.
I'd have to go back. I think I can research that and find out. I honestly don't remember. Like, I know people have like very distinct memories. Like, it was a Joanna Lindsay and it was, whatever. I know I did read her somewhere in like junior high, but I don't know what the first one was. I'd have to think about that. And I'm old, so it's going to be like thinking about it.
You're not old.
Oh, bitch, yes, I am. Yes.
No.
I'm in between like dust. Like, I'm so old, I'm dust. And like, yeah. Old.
Well, we don't see you as old.
Well, that's very kind. And it's also very flattering sunlight coming in. That's why.
You're like, I have the glow coming in.
There's a glow, and it's from the sun.
It's from the sun. It's okay. I get this a lot, and I don't think I'll ever not get annoyed by it. But because of my figure and the way my face is, I get ID'd a lot, and I always get asked if I'm in high school. And I'm like, no, I'm about to be 27. And they're like,
seriously?
Yes. I'm like, yeah, I'm on the verge of like 30. And they're like, you look like you're 16. And I'm like, you should have saw me when I was 16 because I look like I was 12. So.
Yeah. Well, trust me, because then when you're my age, you're going to wish that happened.
You wish that you get carded, because I don't get carded anymore because of all my gray hairs.
It's wisdom. I call it wisdom. I don't call it grays. I call it wisdom.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, the day that I don't actually have gray hair yet. It's coming, I'm sure, but the day that I do, you'll hear me screaming in Oregon and in Texas. You will hear it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They're like, oh no.
I will not handle it well.
You're like, oh, it's Nina. She's in distress.
Oh, she just found her gray hair. Yeah. But my mom didn't go gray until she was like 54, 55, 54, somewhere like that. So I'm like, all right, this is great. I have like,
You're like, I still have time. This is good.
like a lot, like it's over a decade. So I'm like, this is great.
Yeah.
I got my first one at 30. And I'm 34 now. And it's like turning silver, not gray.
I told her she needs to just dye it silver. Dye it like silver color. Like it would just
totally do that.
I should. Except my hairdresser was like, you realize how much that's going to cost? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. That's I don't know. My niece is a hairdresser. I would have to ask her. I don't know. I would look like a drunk unicorn though if I went all silver. Like it would not be a look I could pull off. You could pull it off. I would not.
I would do like all silver with like some like purple or like teal like little strips in there. Look like a unicorn and be like, woohoo.
I'm in full support of that. Do that.
Do it. Get a unicorn headband with the little thing attached.
I should. I totally should.
You should. I love it.
I'm just saying. You have two opinions that are for
I know.
And obviously we are correct.
we are.
Okay. Well, if my book takes off, I will dye my hair silver.
I'm holding you to that.
Reward yourself with a hair dye.
I will. If it takes off. Right now, it's not so much. But if it does, I will.
Do it.
Let's see. Well, we kind of already touched on this question a little bit, so I'm just gonna ask a different one instead because we've already touched on it. But I want to ask, like, so do you think that, like, with like your books and everything, like, do you think eventually, like, you would want to stay with the romance genre, or do you want to try to write more like I don't know, like historical or anything else, or do you want to stay with romance?
I really like romantic suspense. I would love to write something more like a thriller. I see a lot of really amazing authors doing it now, so I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't, but I have one idea that like I can't stop thinking about that is just chock full of murder. And I'm like, I should see a therapist and also maybe write it. So there's that. The therapist would have to come first. But of course, I really like I talk about this all like on podcasts and stuff. I have a YA series that I've thought about on and off since I'm like 12 years old. And that's what I really want to try and write. So over Christmas break, I'm going to try and map it out as much as I can, because it's like it's not a book, it's like a series.
Yeah.
So it's going to take like some thought and note cards and like research. Like, hopefully COVID is done so I can go back to Italy and do more research.
Take us with you.
Take us with you.
Take us with
you. I think it sounds like a great idea. And yes, let's just go. But we need COVID. Wear fucking masks so we can go to
yes. Because I would love to research too.
Yeah.
I can get some spicy Italian sausage in my book.
You know, it's funny when we were writing Roman Crazy, and it was before it had the name Roman Crazy, and we were like trying to come up with titles, and I just remember our editor at the time, who was retired, and we probably caused her to retire because we were like two ding dongs. We were like writing these fucking titles down, and it was like throw a leg around Rome, and we're like, no, that's like
great.
And it was like, oh, I got a sausage I gotta hide, and we're like, no, these are Barnes and Noble's never gonna sell that. Like, and what would the cover be? Jesus, will you think about it? But like in hindsight, it was like, what is wrong with us? Also, we should have done it just to see like what would have happened. And we would have probably been fired. But it would have been funny.
We would have hired you.
Right? Like, I got a message I gotta hide, and it's like, no, what's wrong with you?
It totally sounds like me and Haley.
It is. We constantly ask, we're like, what's wrong with us? Like,
The answer is nothing.
Nothing.
Damn it, there's nothing wrong.
But that's the conversation we have all the time. We're like, spicy sausage.
Yeah.
Hey,
do it.
Haley will constantly just go, what is wrong? I can't with you. What's wrong with you? I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know.
No answer, because there's nothing wrong.
There's nothing. It's just us. We're here.
Perfectly all right.
It's fine.
It's fine. That's our answer to everything. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Fine.
Oh, okay. So the last question is, what is your writing process? Do you like blurb it out? Do you outline it? Are you super organized? I'm not organized.
So I try to outline, and they're big. They're like 4,000 word outlines. And then it just completely shits all over. Like, it does not stick. So I'm like 3 chapters in, and I'm like, fuck, what was I supposed to do? Oh yeah, that's where I was supposed to.
Oh yeah.
But then it completely changes the entire thing. And then I'm like, well, and then God bless my agent, who's just like,
just get it
so the short answer is there is no process. The long answer is it's a really elaborate process that I don't yet understand. Yeah. So I try and outline. I really do, because I'm like, so they call it plotting or pantsing. And it's like, you fly by the seat of your pants, or you have like these beautiful outlines. I will say the YA, if I eventually, sit my ass down and write it, that will have to have an outline.
Yeah.
These, hopefully, I keep pointing this way and looking that way, because that's where the books are. But I do, like, they did have an outline, and it does change a little bit here and there. But sometimes I just like to sit and just go nuts and see what happens. Like, download your brain, and then you're scared. And then you come up with, murder books, and you're like, oh.
You're like, oh, well, that's like a turn.
What happens when you just write what's in your head? It's like, oh, scary.
It's scary.
But yeah, I mean, and you do what works for you, right?
Yeah.
You have to, like, SR is very diligent, and it's every day, and like there's writing every day, and I'm like, I open my today, I get points. Yeah, just for opening the computer is 5 points. For opening Word, I get 5 points. And
5 points to Gryffindor.
Yeah, 5 points to Gryffindor. And then once I get to 15 points, I waste an hour watching TikTok videos. And then I have to go back and try and earn more points. And then I'm like, fuck, this is why nothing gets done on time. Yeah.
That's like, our lives.
Pearl.
Brady's life.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna sit down and write today, and then TikTok notification. All right, and like 2 hours later, I'm like,
I know.
Right. Then I forgot what I was gonna write, so there's no point.
Yep.
And I'll keep her in track too. I'm like, Brittany, did you write today? She's like, no. And I was like, okay.
Well, I will tell you this: if you need it, it's free, I think, too. I'm trying to remember. I think you could pay for like the fancy version, but I don't, because it's cheap. But it's called Pacemaker, and it's just an online calendar essentially, and you put in like your end goal of what you want it to be, and then it calculates for you every day. This is how much you have to write to make that goal. And I try it, and then I laugh at it, and then I change the goal, and I change the date of when it has to be due by. But it is helpful, if you're a smart person and will stick to a schedule. I am not that person.
You're like,
me either.
Yeah, I'm like, yep, December 15th sounds like a good day. Like, I had every intention of doing NaNoWriMo this year, like the National Novel Writing Month, and I was like,
yeah.
You're like, no.
Yeah. Nope. I heard about that. I could do it.
I signed in, I changed my profile to reflect what I was writing, and that was the last thing I did. I haven't signed in again. And they're like, hey, they're sending the little helpful emails. They're like, hey, did you forget about us? I'm like, no. Just not.
You're there. It's just, I'm over here.
Ignoring you. I didn't forget. I'm ignoring you. There's a very distinct difference.
Yep, there is for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess the too with like your writing and everything, because this happens to like a few authors and stuff. I don't know if it happens to everyone, but like when you write, sometimes when you're writing, do like the characters kind of take on their own? Like, do they just kind of do their own stuff?
Oh God, yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I mean, I have all, every intention of sticking to something, but sometimes they talk to you, and then people are like, dude, that's like something's wrong and you need a therapist. But is it a genuine thing? Like, there were parts where, and I'll tell you guys, it's like in the original On the Corner of Love and Hate, it wasn't Cooper running for mayor, it was Emma. It was completely reversed. And as I'm writing her, I'm like, oh, this isn't working. It's not working. It's not working. So then it was like, we'll switch it and see how it comes out. And, because a lot of it had to do with the current climate of, women's fiction. And, yes, I would love to say that we're super progressive and we would love a strong kick-ass girl and, a more of a beta male, but like, we're not totally there yet,
right.
So it wasn't working. So we just reversed it. And that was because the characters kind of talk to you and tell you like, hey, I'm not, maybe like switch this up and see how it works. And then it worked. And that's the book.
Yeah, it worked out. So, and then obviously like later on, there's like not really a spoiler. It's just the way that you ended with Love from Hope Lake or whatever. It's at the end. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's so good for Emma. I was like, yeah.
Okay. That's kind of how it ended up working. So you still had a little bit of that original like thought about how it was going to be. It just didn't, it didn't happen in the way I originally intended.
Yeah. I was happy you did bring that back, the original story. You brought it back. And I was like, this makes me feel better. I was like, this is great.
And maybe someday, like I said, maybe someday I'll do another, because I have another story that's percolating. That's more, it's not small town politics. It's like a person from a small town kind of going into more, progressive politics and stuff like that. Because in case anybody didn't know, I am wildly left-wing. So.
Yeah, no, that would be really interesting to see, because like you said, it's like times are changing. You have to write what's relevant in that time frame. So yeah, I feel like that would be really interesting to see. That would be really cool.
Someday. I have 92 projects before that one, but
yeah, but I mean, eventually once it gets there, then you'll, so
I got a flash drive full. I feel you. Just little ideas.
Yeah.
Little blur.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's amazing. Keep going, man.
Yeah, just keep pushing. You got it. But so that was all of our questions that we had. But we, again, just wanted to express our gratefulness and thankfulness for you and being able to connect and speak to each other and just have this like awesome, like kick-ass relationship with you, because it's really cool just to be like, I know an author. But we just love your honesty, your transparency, your openness, your willing to just be you. And that's what Brittany and I are all about, and what our fan page is about, is just expressing being yourself and not giving a shit who cares. Like, it's just, So
that is 100%. Like, my friends will send me, I will often say like, here's my garden of fucks, it's barren. And you end it with a smile. And they'll send me stuff like that. And like, that's it. You got, just do you, babe. Just do you. And who gives a flying shit what anybody else says. So
exactly.
Yeah, that's our motto. And passion is
it makes you far happier.
Yeah.
Yep.
And especially with because Brittany and I have starting to grow a callus over like, because at the beginning we were getting, some hate and stuff for certain things. And so at the time we were sensitive to it because we didn't know how to handle it. But now it's like, okay.
Whatever. You know what? Like, I get it. I do. And I'm glad that you're getting that callus, because I think, in a lot of ways, there's a lot of newness to what people are doing. And I think that some people might not understand it necessarily. And that doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means that they're not exposed to all of it. So then, like, in a lot of ways, it's just trying to get like that education out there, and not in a condescending way, just in a like, listen, you do it your way, I'm going to do it my way. And at the end result is still like a love of the books, a love of the films, a love of the authors, and you're just doing it in a different way. So there's nothing wrong with either way.
Right.
It's just the way that you choose to express yourself. So it's like, instead of being like aggressively negative about it, just be like, yeah, dude, I get it. You do you.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how we fit now. We're like, we don't agree with you or we don't understand it, but we're still going to respect you because you're a person. So like,
yeah.
Well, I mean,
still a human.
All anybody wants is like, just like, it'd be so much easier if everybody just like, yeah, dude, I get it. Okay, great.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it would be great. But you know, people got to be difficult.
Busting.
It is, but now that we just kind of like laugh at it, we're like, okay, you have fun over there. We're gonna be over here.
That's all you can do. That's all you can do. Just you do you.
Yep.
That's it.
But yeah, we're thankful for you. We love you. We obviously love your books and everything. We hope to eventually, you know, maybe talk to you again, like after the holidays, and like do like a check-in kind of thing. We're gonna talk to other people that we've interviewed too, and kind of do like a check-in kind of thing, because we want to like keep up with you and like see how you're doing and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah,
I'm down.
But we
I'll
hope
send you a copy of my book next week.
Yes,
It's in the mail.
All right, I will.
So you'll be getting it. So, and you and SR are getting Christmas things from us too.
Oh, that's very kind. Well, thank you guys. That's appreciated.
So, but yeah, we love you and we appreciate you, and we just hope you have a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Prayers that 2021 is everyone's year. So we'll see.
Let us hope. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. This is fun.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you. We will talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Bye, girls.
Bye. We love you.
Bye. Love you.
I'm still sweating.
I'm sweating.
I should have worn a sweatshirt, but it's fine.
Yeah. We love Nina. And Nina loves us.
She is just so awesome. Like, she's just amazing. If y'all don't follow her or read her books,
you better.
It's funny because Allie did tell us she's all sweet in books.
I know, because we were like, she's so sweet, Allie, and Allie's just like,
No, we love her though. I just love just her. Like, she's just she doesn't care. Like, she does care, but it's like she doesn't care about, like, you know, what other people think or, you know. So yeah, no, she's amazing. So so that's a wonderful Nina Bocci. She wrote Roman Crazy with another author. I forgot the other author's name. She partnered with her on that, and then she wrote all of the Hope Lake series, which is kind of hallmarky, fluffy romance, but there's a little bit of spice in there. So
her new one you have to get. It's so good. It's like Hope Lake with love, right? Or with love.
With love from Hope Lake.
With love from Hope Lake. Yeah, that one.
No, from Hope Lake with love.
We always mix it up.
We mix it up every time.
Always. Every time. It's always a different one. But
we know it's Love and Hope Lake in there.
Yes. Get that one.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's the perfect Christmas little short book. Like, it's perfect for the holidays. Like, it's what you need. It's perfect. So and in addition to the perfect Christmas type reading too is Brittany's book. It's not actually, it's not perfect, but it is good Christmassy drama filled.
It's a spicy Christmas dramatical. So get like never before.
Get like never before.
Amazon.
On Amazon, Kindle, and paperback.
Yes.
But yeah, so we love you guys. Thank you for watching another episode of an interview. She was our first author, first of many, hoping to maybe, I don't know, Carly Phillips, maybe.
Jody.
I don't know. I'm hoping we'll get somebody.
Erica,
maybe.
you listening?
I don't know. But
we spoke it out into the universe.
We did. We spoke it into the universe, and hopefully it'll happen.
Yeah.
But yeah. So again, make sure you click the thumbs up button. Give it a thumbs up for your liking pleasure, and then make sure that you subscribe to our channel for more interviews and fun randomness that'll be on. And follow us on Instagram. So
yeah.
Until next time.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram.
Until next time, guys.